But now there's a whole host of lobbies on things like the pollution issue, animal rights issue, pure food, organic food, real ale, drink, anti-drink, protection of children, and anti-smoking. And you get small, organised, articulate, orchestrated groups, very effective indeed, out of all proportion to their numbers or to the support in the country for their particular cases.
I got involved in opposition to the anti-smoking campaign because it did seem to me that, although it might seem a relatively minor issue, it's increasingly becoming a spearhead of what I, and in fact a number of other people, called health fascism. As socialism is being defeated in the sort of economic realm, increasingly what one is finding is that the same political agenda is being pushed on other sort of single issue campaigns, and many of them centre in the whole area of health. And in the last decade, I suppose, what one will find if you look at it is that in Britain and America, I think pretty much in Europe as well, that a large number of sort of collectivist thinkers are using the idea of preventive medicine to push forward a political creed of state paternalism and state control. And the anti-smoking movement is, in a sense, the tip of that particular iceberg. I mean, they're also opposed to alcohol, and they also want to push an agenda of, in effect, total paternalism over health. Their view is that an individual's health isn't his or her own concern, it's the concern of the state, which should cajole, encourage, etc. by the law, and then eventually coerce by the force of law the individual into being healthy. And stopping people smoking is just one aspect of that.
This old saw that the price of liberty is eternal vigilance means that unless people are prepared to form counter-pressure groups and to engage in keen and intensive argument and debate, issue by issue by issue, then these lobbies will prevail. And the lobbies are always against the free market. The free market operates without lobbies. The free market is a basis of voluntary contract between consenting adults. And you don't have to have lobbies, you don't have to organise. I like these waistcoats. I like badges of the Russian Republic. My blazer. It's a minority. Any of these things is a minority fad, my pipe. I don't have to organise. I don't have to have a lobby. I don't have to get people together and get a percentage of votes to have my way. They just go into the marketplace, look around enough, look at the advertising in the classified pages, and you'll find suppliers. So that the market is a mingling of supply and demand, seeking to do business on mutually acceptable terms. This political world, outside of economics, is the effort by often totally unrepresentative minority groups to impose their view on society.
And this is, of course, exactly the philosophy of the German Nazis, who were in fact the pioneers of the anti-smoking movement and who rejected the libertarian idea that an individual owned his or her own self. They rejected that quite correctly, as in their terms, as a liberal perversion, and argued that the individual had an obligation to be healthy, and the state had an obligation to impose health upon the individual, not only for the individual's own good, but for the good of the state, for the good of the race and the strength of the race and the nation. And I think the more you look at it, the more you realise that the smoking issue isn't just a minor one. It is, as I said, at the sharp end of this growth of health fascism, and that's why libertarians need to fight that issue as they need to fight every other infringement of individual liberty. And it's why I, as in fact a health freak myself, as a holder of belts in 3 different martial arts and a regular jogger and roller skater, taker of lots of vitamins and semi-vegetarian, is resolutely fighting for the right of people to smoke. Although I've never smoked myself and never will do, never have done. So a threat to the right of one is a threat to the right of all, and everyone needs, I think, to sort of come together on this anti-smoking issue at the moment.